If you ask me, there's nothing better than salty ocean air to get your appetite going for some of the freshest seafood around. And that's why we come down to Busan, because it's a city by the sea. It's a major city, so there's a lot going on, but none more so than some of the best seafood in the country. So you know what? Let's go check it out, because just standing here, I'm starving.
So if fresh and local seafood, if that's what you're after, then you have to come to the Jagalchi fish market. It really is the next best thing to just jumping in the ocean and catching it for yourself with your bare hands. They've hand roasted up pretty much an entire school of fish for me. And the galchi, it's known as it's a hairtail, I believe it's called in English. And godunga, it's a variety of mackerel. And these two are classics. They're ones that you'll find on every Korean table at least at one time or another. Look at that. Probably, pan roasting or grilling. Or griddling is my favorite way to prepare fish. And galchi is one perfect fish for love. It's not too fatty, so it doesn't kind of fall apart. And it gets this really beautiful crust over it. So one of the things I love about godunga is just the flavor that's there. It's one of the most flavorful fish, as far as I'm concerned, that we eat on a regular basis. And it's not too expensive. In fact, it's rather affordable. And when you get it fresh, the fresher you get it, there is a noticeable leap in quality. So always go fresh. So what we have cooking in front of me right now, it's a dish known as gongjangwo. Now, jango connotes as a type of eel, but technically it's a hagfish. It's a slightly different beast. But you know what? Hagfish is such a mean name. Let's just stick with gongjangwo for now. People here love it. Gongjangwo, it's meatier than a lot of other fish. In fact, it kind of almost tastes and kind of has the texture of pork and shrimp. It's the oddest thing. It's definitely in a class of its own. There's nothing else that really quite tastes like it, both flavor-wise and texture-wise. So it's definitely worth experience at least once, twice if you like it. Here at Hanpan, we have 물회. Now, 물회 is interesting because it literally means water and raw fish, but it's a funny dish. It's not quite a salad, and it's not quite a soup that has raw fish in a cold, spicy stock. It's one of those dishes you taste it, and your spirits immediately get this boost. I mean, it makes sense because not only is it refreshing, that raw fish, it's such a clean source of protein. It's a great fuel to keep you going. All these flavors, they work really well together. Right. Now this guy's been bubbling away for a little while now, and I really want to see what's inside. Ooh. Feels like Christmas. Nice. What's crazy is just because all these different seafoods are being steamed together, this abalone tastes a little bit like crab, a little bit like shrimp. The scallop tastes a little bit like abalone. I bet the shrimp's going to taste a little bit like scallop. All of these flavors are intermingling, and you know what? I bet you took some of this stock right here. That is liquid heaven right there. Oh man. It's right along the beach here in Haeundae. And seriously, the freshest seafood you can find anywhere. It's what's known as a pochangmatcha. It's an outdoor food stall, but it's unlike you'd find anywhere else in the world because here they specialize only in the freshest raw fish and seafood. Wow. Oh, 너무 맛있게 보여. Look at this. I mean, it really does not get any fresher than this. You know what? I'm gonna go for the shrimp first. The way you're supposed to eat it here, take this, you dip it in a little bit of sesame oil. Oh man, That's so good.
나오는 거 남장구라고
예.
우성게보다 더 고가.
Oh my god. Wow. I'm gonna have another one right now. 너무 맛있어요. They're so creamy and they've got this really great salty bite to them. I could eat this entire plate, maybe, with like 4 or 5 more. And this is why you come down to Busan, for delicious food like this. Nami Island, it's full of these cultural attractions, and it's actually an island dedicated to sort of artistic creativity. And it's called Nami, not a republic, because it's declared independence. It's actually almost sort of like a secession. So let's see what this beautiful island has to offer. So you can get on this island either by boat, or you can take a zip line. Woo! Yeah! You know what? It's actually really relaxing. Woo! So as you start to enter in the heart of the island, this is what you're greeted with. Gorgeous. I cannot wait to see more. So one thing Nami Island is famous for are their wild ostriches. First time I've seen one in person, they're huge. They're really beautiful though. And again, be careful though. They're beautiful, but again, wild. Bye. So we're at the ceramic gallery, and not only can you see and buy the works of the artists here, you can also go and make some yourself, which is exactly what I'm about to do. It's definitely not as easy as it looks. All right, so I've stopped for a spot of lunch, and these are some of the more famous dishes that you'll find here. And probably the most well-known are their lunch boxes. And the reason why I'm putting these gloves on, I gotta give them a good shake. One of the great things about Nami Island is that you can rent bikes here. So while it's awesome just to walk around, take it all in, there's something about being on a bike on a beautiful day that just can't be beat. So it's beautiful all times of the year. Really special in the autumn are these tree-lined paths. And of course, we can't leave Nami Island without talking about Winter Sonata. See? You know, on a brisk day like this, you gotta have like a warm little snack. These steam buns are perfect. So now it's time for a lazy float along the water. Shall we? You know, this time of the year, I never get tired of going out every week and checking out the beautiful autumn scenery. So this is where I wanted to take y'all ever since autumn began. We're going camping today and I'm super excited. This place in Namyangju, it's got everything. It's got its own pension, it's got a cafe, it's got that beautiful lake back there, wide open sky, and awesome autumn scenery. So come with me today as we go camping. So glamping, it's a portmanteau of glamorous and camping. So me and my friends decided to come out here, and we're out in the forest, but we're definitely not loving it. So you know what the great thing about glamping is? When my buddies and I got in the car this morning, we brought nothing. They provide everything here for you. This awesome tent, a comfortable place to sleep. They got the kitchen, everything you need to cook with. They got the fire pits out there. So I love camping. I love getting out to nature, but it always kind of wipes me out. So you get to come out here into the woods, but you get to have a comfortable, fun weekend.
Man, I haven't played badminton in forever. Forgot how fun it is.
All right, so two of my favorite things, ATVs and being out by the water together at last. Let's go.
You know, so coming into a cafe might not appeal to the camping purist, but I don't care. It's so awesome to be able to have a cup of hot coffee right now. Like, how about this again? Right? And it's on the speaker. All right, hands down, best part of camping, cooking over a campfire. I mean, just look at all this food. It's not your standard hot dogs and marshmallows. You got some pork belly, we got some pineapple. So you know what? Let's get cooking. All right, so the fire has died down to perfect embers. Time to grill. You know, growing up, my parents used to drag me out camping, and my uncle, he'd bust out his guitar and start singing, and I always thought that was the corniest thing ever. I get it now, though. You know, some friends, campfire, some good music. Yeah, I get it. Today, I'm in Yangju, and though I'm just outside of Seoul, it feels like not only am I in a different place, but in a different era. This city, it's got a ton to do, especially when it comes to cultural and historical things. So come with me as we explore the city, and we take a blast from the past. Right now, I'm at the Felix Lighting Museum. And here, not only do they go through the history of lighting and the use of light, but also some more modern and contemporary concepts as well. Ceramics have always been an incredibly important part of Korean culture. And whenever you get a chance, get out there and get your hands in some clay, get them dirty. It's incredibly therapeutic. And who knows, might be able to come up with something that's quite nice. I'm at the Changwon Folk Museum right now. And this place is really quirky in that they take things from about 100 years ago and pieces from about 30 years ago, and they put them all under one roof. It has this sort of unique feel to it. It's its own thing, and it kind of feels timeless but historical at the same time. It's really cool. So I've just sat down here at Gangwon, and the spread looks fantastic. They specialize in Haeundae, which is the traditional Korean meal that comes out in courses, but I lucked out and got everything all at once. I'm super excited. Let's taste. So I've come to this Honam Space Center today. It's located right on top of this mountainside. I actually had to take a cable car to get up here and came up here to take a look at these mountains. Now, these mountains kind of symbolize everything we've been talking about today about Korean history and culture. They've been around since forever and they're an incredibly important part of Korean symbolism. So we're out here in Bearstown Resort in Busan, which is in Gangwon Province, and it's wintertime, so you know we had to hit the slopes. And they've got all the winter sports you can want here. And you know what? It's always more fun when you have someone to share it with. All right, so here at Bearstown, they got slopes all the way from beginners to advanced. And you know what? I think we're gonna start with beginners. You know, one of the best parts of coming to a ski resort is going on a sled. Something about it just makes you feel like a kid again. All right, so if you've had Korean street food before, then you'll know that there's nothing better. Unless if you're talking about street food by a snowy mountainside. You know, when you're out on the slopes, you gotta have some hot and spicy food because it completely thaws you out, no longer frozen. Being out in the snow all day can be rough on the body, so we've decided to stop in for a couple's Thai massage. And you know what? I'm ready to get loosened up. So we popped in for a little late dinner, and we are in Busan after all. And it's famous for its makgeolli, or unfiltered rice wine. And one of the classic pairings with that is kimchi. It's tofu with sauteed kimchi with a little bit of pork in it. It's delicious. You know, just earlier today, that mountain packed couples and families just having a great time. It's awesome energy. Now it's really beautiful and peaceful. It's been a great day. Today we're in Gapyeong, and since it's the end of the year, I'm going to use this opportunity to do a couple of my favorite things. Take in some nature, some culture, and grab a fantastic cup of coffee. And later in the evening, a couple of friends are going to join me, and we're going to have a blast. Let's do it to it. So we're here at the greenhouses Ihwawan, and what's great about it is that they grow a ton of stuff here. They got coffee trees, they do tea, they have yuja, which is Korean citron. But probably my favorite part about it is that it's warm. It's a beautiful place to get away from the winter chills. One thing I like about this place is that they offer you complimentary beverages of the things that they grow here. So I was just enjoying a cup of yuja tea earlier, and what's nice is that you can really taste where it comes from, and where it comes from is right here. So we're at Petit France. It's a French cultural village. It's made to look like we're in France, and I think they pulled it off. But what really makes the day today is the snow. It really feels like Christmas. So we stopped by this cafe, Day Under the Tree, and it's one of my favorite spots here in Gapyeong because it has this ultra-modern cabin in the woods feeling. It's minimalist, but at the same time it's cozy. And as added bonus, they actually roast their own coffee here, and it's delicious. One of my favorite things to do over the holidays is to get out of the city for an evening. So I invited a couple of friends, and we're going to put together some food. All right, so we've all sat down, we've got our drinks, we've got some food. Ready to get the evening started. All right, so in Korea, there's actually this tradition of the Christmas cake. It's just a cake that you eat at Christmas. I didn't get it at first, but I realized any excuse for cake is a good thing. So we've had a ton of fun today in Gapyeong, and it's made all the more so because it's the holidays. The end of the year is when people come together. And you know what? Speaking of getting together, I can get back with my friends because it's cold out here.